So my name's Libby, I'm 26 years old and I'm going to be trying judo.
Would you say you're quite an active person?
Yeah, I think I'm quite active, but I like to stick with what I'm good at. So I'm up for trying new things, but I like to kind of do what I'm good at. Super nervous, first judo session today. It's cold, but I'm ready. No idea how to tie them.
Just pull them. Yeah, that's it.
So I've just put my gi on and just tied my belt for the first time. I think it's important to keep active. Mainly for me, I think it's more mental health. So for me, getting active has really had a positive impact on my mental health. So like a couple of years ago, I went through quite a rough time and I started going to the gym. It was something that I wasn't very good at, I'd always avoided doing, and it's just had such a positive impact on like how I kind of look at things, how I feel about myself, how confident I am, and I'm more willing to try new things. So I might not have actually even given this a go a couple of years ago out of fear, but for me that's the main benefit of physical activity, is more the mental side rather than the physical side. For me, the biggest barrier is probably, like I say, I like to be really good at stuff, so the fear of not being able, so doing something and not actually being the best. It sounds really big-headed and it's not, but for me I don't like failing, so maybe the fear of failing really. So I think that a lot of barriers that people face, again, are quite similar. So fear of whether they're going to be able to do it, fear of maybe what they look like, money. A lot of things cost a lot of money, so I've taken up climbing and it costs money to be able to do it, and some other people might not be able to afford that. Transport, and then a massive one is going to something on your own. So if you're going to a new session, doing that without someone to go with, that could also be a bit of a big barrier to face.
And is there anything that you're really nervous about?
I don't like people in my personal space, so the thought of someone being in my personal space, and also getting hurt, like what if someone picks me up and chucks me and I hurt myself? Like, that's really scary, so yeah. I don't even know the names of the moves, like I have no idea about the sport. I think it's just like nailing it, so like for me, like I say, I kind of like to be quite good at stuff, so as long as I kind of learn something new, and like maybe if like I know what to do if I'm ever in trouble, like that's how I see it. It's like a martial art, so maybe I can kind of hold my own a little bit. Yeah, or feel confident to do that, so yeah. So I think that getting active has a huge impact on your confidence, so it could be confidence to be able to actually do something, so it could be that you're worried about being able to do something, and I think if you achieve that and you actually succeed in something, that definitely builds your confidence. You start to think, actually I can do this, I am good at this, or I can get good at this. Body confidence again, so for me, going to the gym, I had really low body confidence, really struggled thinking that people would look and judge me for being skinny. And now that I go to the gym and I can lift weights, I feel strong within myself. So it's mentally, but I can see myself physically getting stronger. So it's really improved my body confidence and how I feel within myself. So for the gym, I know people feel really guilty if they don't go, or if they just think I'd rather stay in, but I think it's just kind of listening to your body and what it needs. And I think I used to think that, and I think, right, I've got to go to the gym 3 times a week, I've got to do this, but if you're tired and you have a week off, it doesn't really matter. It's what your body needs, isn't it? And just a bit of headspace, you just do you. I think maybe speak to someone about what you want to do, so having that conversation, and setting small goals rather than being like, right, I'm going to start going to the gym 5 times a week and I'm going to do this. It might be just walking through the door and looking at the equipment and sussing it out. But I also think if you've got a friend to go with or a family member, getting someone to support you in that journey, I think that makes a big difference. I think if you're committed with someone else and you're going on that journey together, it's a lot easier rather than doing it on your own.
So Libby, you've just had your last judo session. How do you think it's gone?
I absolutely love it. It felt really good. We actually learnt some new stuff as well. Covered everything that we've already done and started doing some throws on the move and some hold downs, so really happy with it.
And what would you say to someone who's thinking about taking up judo?
To be honest, when this was offered to me to start, I thought, I haven't got a clue about judo. It's always been one of them sports that I've seen on the Olympics but not really known, and kind of changed over the channel, kind of my bad. But as soon as I've done it, from my first session, I've been like, this is amazing. It makes me feel really good. It makes me feel strong, confident, and it's actually making me use my brain as well. Like, it's stimulating my mind. So yeah, definitely give it a go. It's so worth it.